We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender. It's all about the young police from Jamaica. See Young Police Channel. Big up yourself. Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of.
If you are tired of seeing criminals get away with murder, tired of hearing excuses for the wicked, then it's time to take action. Hit that subscription button now and stay in the loop with the Jamaica Young Police Channel. We are not here to sugarcoat. We are here to expose the truth, bring justice, and make sure the real heroes get the recognition they deserve. Don't wait for the change. Be the change. Subscribe, like, and let's make some noise and hold those criminals accountable. Justice in action. Speak up. Crime must fall. And remember that we have go inside this description box and you'll see various links to various things for the Jamaica Young Police Channel. JamaicaYoungPoliceChannel.com, where you will see articles and stuff like that. Those who like to read, and you know, we continue to give you guys exceptional material over here. So, moving on. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon members. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Born and grown in the belly of the beast, yeah man, and those who are from the belly of the beast know what I'm talking about. Some people are complaining about the introduction is too long. Hey, look here, the introduction is a signature part of the program. So we're not over here, you understand what I'm saying? So this is a reminder to the people that we don't support criminality and we're passionate against criminals. So that's the reason why the introduction is so long. It's a reminder. So as we said before and we'll say again, over here it's not a sensational channel. We don't sensationalize things over here. It's all about education, empower you to make you think critically and make you able to discern things. We don't over here spread no propaganda and brainwash people into criminals. We don't want the youth them to be no criminals. We want the youth them to be entrepreneurs, doctors, nation builders, and that is what we're all about. So we don't care when a guy wants to say we don't make excuse to criminals. Criminals are parasites. So that's why the intro is there. And those who have been with the channel for the past 6 years, because we don't come up on them things, we never do things in a sensational thing. You understand? We do things from facts. So, you know, so last week Friday the police them vote and up by East Kingston, you know, boy, you know, and all around. As you know, I have a family member in our police force. Cousins, I have a brother. And I can go on and on. Yes. Yes, he's a detective. You know. And I can tell you, say, based on the reason why I haven't seen, you know, yours truly, you know, do not fit for a couple of days, is just that we have been, you know, gathering certain information and we can tell you that so far we are really, really proud of the police them. Especially the ones them who leave. Yeah man, what I mean. Today, may I tell you man, today, my fellow Jamaicans, I raise my voice in gratitude and pride. Thanks to the former cops of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Island Special Constabulary Force. True patriots, sons and daughters of Jamaica. Boy, I never did know say so many police officers listen to the Jamaica Young Police, may I tell you. Hey, and the ones who return to our island last week and vote overwhelmingly for the Jamaica Labour Party. Boy, I can't believe say a man will come from Jonestown, their police, and the man them listen. And the man them say, boy, oh, God know me a born PMP, but boy, Chris, when me listen to the thing them where you say, man, everything what you say are true. The only thing with the PMP in party we have to become criminals. Them not tell you about we can become doctors, lawyers, you know, surgeons, business entrepreneur, bankers. I true you talk, man, when you say, boy, the PMP give we the gangs and give the people them uptown the banks. And we feel like, say, boy, them feel like, say, we become dance. You have powers, but you don't have none. I ain't telling them ready to flush you. And April 29th was the day. April 29th, we must always celebrate this day as the anti-police day. Yes, the anti-police day that the PMP came out. I met the people them say, oh, we are pro-police. The anti-police day that for them, because them like police, the PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization. This was not just a vote, it was a statement of love for Jamaica. These men and women who once wore the uniform and risked their lives in the line of duty stood tall once more. This time with ballots, not bullets, instead of buttons. They could have stayed home. They could have said, we have done enough. But no, because when you love your country, you never stop fighting for her survival. Their votes were not for themselves. They were for Jamaica and our children and for the future. Them say, no man, worst of all, this man is not even Jamaican. The man come from England. I mean, I tell you, believe you me, the people them say, yes, Chris, we have to do that, man. And them go down and them vote. I'm proud of them. Yeah, man, so, and what was this message? Simple and clear. Jamaica must be led by Jamaicans. Jamaica must never bow to foreign-born pretenders. Jamaica must never be ruled by criminals dressed in suits. And that's the way PMP have been doing for decades. And we just unmask them, turn on the light on them. My brothers and sisters, if the retired police officers and soldiers, warders, we talk to them on them things, we can't make a year from one of them to life, because you understand. Men and women who have already given blood, their blood, sweat, and tears, can rise again to defend Jamaica, then we must. Then so must we. As a journalist, I say it with pride and with fire in my heart. Thanks to the ex-cops of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, ICF, Jamaica for Jamaicans, Jamaica first, Jamaica forever. Yeah, man, and with a guy who wants to believe it, I love my country, so a guy can't talk. So, as I say, a salute to the patriots, the former cops who voted for Jamaica. My brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of Jamaica. Let us pause our moment to give thanks, not just as individuals, but as a grateful nation. Thanks to the former cops of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Island Special Constabulary Force, men and women who once wore the uniform and service and sacrifice, who this year stood tall once more and voted overwhelmingly for the Jamaica Labour Party. This was not an ordinary act. This was an act of love, an act of loyalty, and an act of patriotism. These men and women who once walked the dangerous streets to protect us, who faced the fire of gunmen, who buried their colleagues and carried the scars of duty, rose again, not with rifles in their hands, but with ballots, not bullets. And by casting those ballots, they told us something profound. So our ex-police MC Steve McGregor, and him say what? Yeah man, an ex-police officer say he saw Steve McGregor up by East Kingston. And him say a pay thief in police him say around Steve McGregor. A ex-police, ex-detective them. Say a pay thief in police him say around Steve McGregor. Him say all some of them are bad again. I call all man name. I just saw it go. You mean? You know what thief in police in our police was. So we tell you a lot of I'm gonna say for you to align yourself with the PMP, you have to either be a criminal or criminal enabler. No decent people in the PMP, Remember me tell you that. Apart from, you know, you want a friend to call me and them thing and tell me, say Mark Golding is not a Jamaican by birth. And the man, oh, and yeah, I just saw it go. So Jamaica come first. Jamaica must come first. Jamaica must remain in the hands of Jamaicans who love her, protect her, and will never betray her. So why this matter? When over 300 farmer cops, a man can, hey, remember, you know, whether or not you want to believe it, when a man live in America, England, Canada, and other places in the world, Cayman, and him willing to spend up to 500 US for that Jamaica go vote, you must know, say, the countries on the line, them not take no check. So you have to give them credit. Them people that do it because them a patriot, them not do it because them a labor. And not for them who go vote a PMP them, but them start to have sense and realize that the PMP is a criminal organization. And we not stop telling them that until the PMP change. Once the PMP change, we have a better Jamaica. If the PMP not change, we have to change them. You understand us? Lock them out of the political process. Treat them as a pariah, like a disease with no cure. So many with failing health, many carry memories of pain and sacrifice, line up to vote. It was not for selfish gain, and it was not for popularity. It was not for a free handout and a licky and beggy police them just like Cliff Coleman, all corrosion and dirty bungle. And they had a licky police there where one man said, oh man, me born PMP, dummies. Yeah. It was for the soul of Jamaica. That's what them do. These are patriots who have seen firsthand the difference between order and chaos, between peace and bloodshed, between law and lawlessness. They know that Jamaica cannot survive under the rule of criminals dressed in suits as our foreigners pretending to be patriots. They know that leadership must spring from the soil of Jamaica, from the heartbeat of our people, not from overseas passports or garrison politics. Their act of patriotism is a lesson for all of us. If those who have already given so much, if those who risk their lives in the line of duty can still rise, even in their retirement, to defend Jamaica with their votes, then what excuse do we, the living and able body, have to set aside? Their message is clear. Jamaica must never be handed over to traitors. Jamaica must never be surrendered to criminals. Jamaica must never be ruled by those who were born in a foreign land, who were not born of this island, or who cannot understand our struggles. What they did it for the love of the country. This is my people. Is love for country in its purest form. Love that is not spoken but acted upon. Love that is not soft but strong. Love that refuses to be silent. I say it proudly, and I say it with fire of a patriot. I love it as a junglist. Original, not a fake, not fraud. Like Mark Golding. Yes, as one who born in the belly of the beast, raised in a concrete jungle, I know what it means to see sacrifice. I know what it means to see officers put their lives on the line, only to be cursed by the very communities they protected. And I know what it means when those same officers, years later, still rise and say, Jamaica first, Jamaica forever. So let us honor them. Let us learn from them. Let us walk in their footsteps. Let us remember that Jamaica belongs to us, not a foreign-born pretender, not to criminal organizations, not to those who place greed over patriotism, licky, beggy, wonder, got socialistic thinking people. And let us as one people, one nation, one destiny, as Marcus Garvey say, declare with the same courage of those ex-cops. Thanks to the patriots of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and ISCF. Thanks to the men and women who gave up. And the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization as a failed political party that's breed criminals like chinks. Thanks to the men and women who never gave up on Jamaica. Jamaica for Jamaica. Jamaica first, Jamaica forever. And that's what we say, and we not stop saying it. So, let it be written on the walls of Garden House. Let it echo in the hills of St. Elizabeth. Let it thunder across the valleys of St. Thomas. And let it roar through every street and lane from Tivoli Gardens, Jonestown, Concrete Jungle, to Waterhouse. Jamaica belongs to Jamaicans, not to foreigners who stroll in with foreign passport and foreign loyalties. Not to men who were not born from this soil, who did not feel the sun of our island on their skin as children, who did not drink the bitter sweets of our struggle or dance in the joy of our victories. No foreign-born man will ever truly understand the tears of a Jamaican mother when she buries her son. No foreign-born leader can ever claim the sacred right to guide us through our hardships, because that right is purchased in the crucible of Jamaican life, in poverty, in the resilience, in the fight to rise from nothing and still hold our heads high. Would we reject foreign leadership because Jamaica must be led by those whose blood runs with the rhythm of this island? No criminal organization shall rule us again. Never. And let us say this without apology. We reject the rule of criminals in suits and criminals in garrisons. We are from the belly of the beast and we denounced it. Jamaica cannot be sold to those who treat politics like a marketplace of blood and favors. We cannot entrust our children's future to an organization that has married itself to gunmen, dons, killers and scammers. That is not leadership, it is betrayal. For too long, Jamaicans, criminals have been paraded as heroes and traitors dressed as statesmen. But today, we draw the line. We say no more. No more to the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization who have corrupted the minds of our youths, especially from my community of Jonestown and Concrete Jungle, who marketed to us. The only thing that you can be is a criminal. They never tell you that. They tell you that police for dead and for labor right. They don't tell you that you can be a doctor, a lawyer, entrepreneur, a teacher, a businessman, a pilot, or someone who can serve their country in the Jamaica Defense Force, or a police officer, maintain the peace. No. They tell you to be a General Starkey, Anthony Tingling, aka General Starkey, or a George Pang, that people can paint a mural on walls, how many people you have murdered, violated their rights. And we said no more. No more of it. Jamaica is not to be bartered by men who put votes above lives and power above principle. We said Jamaica first, Jamaica forever. Every true Jamaicans know loyalty begins at home. We must put Jamaica first. Not the interests of London, England, not to the demands of Britain, not to the whispers of criminals in back rooms. Jamaica first means that our law serve our people. Jamaica first means that our leaders must be born of this soil. Jamaica first, yes, Jamaica first means that our police, our teachers, our nurses, our farmers, our youth are respected and given the dignity they deserve. And when we say Jamaica forever, we mean that this land will never bow to foreigners, to criminals, or to cowards and traitors. We mean that the sacrifices of our heroes, Marcus Garvey, Paul Bogle, Sam Sharp, and William Garden, George William Garden, Taki, will never be in vain. Their blood cries out from the hurt demanding that we preserve this nation for generations to come. So let us lift our voices as one people, one nation, one destiny, one aim, one God, as what Marcus Garvey said, and let the world hear us say, Jamaica for Jamaicans, no foreign-born leaders, no criminal organization, Jamaica first, Jamaica forever. And we say that without any apologies. So to the guy, them would think that we're done, We just come because this is our land. This is the land of my birth. And we're glad to the political campaign shift. And the Jamaica Labour Party is rising more and more with our youths. Young police officers, why, I'm so proud of them. So the difference with these young police officers and their predecessors is that most of them are educated. So when the PMP made it harder for, police officers who did not graduate from high school, they thought then that they were doing a disservice to the poor man's children. I would say the poor man's children or women's children, because you know that back in my time, most youths, as you know, did not graduate high school because the parents could not afford to send them to complete that 5-year education so you could get a high school diploma. Yours truly, I did not graduate from high school, and I say it all the time. I went to the Jamaica Police Academy as a cadet. Back then, it was Edward Seaga was Prime Minister. We had a man that was teaching us things. I don't even remember his name right now. We're supposed to get subject, but why that man used to come and him feel like, you understand? Yes, and I don't remember him name. Maybe Lodge or one of them youth there, maybe, who was at the Jamaica Police Academy with me then. I don't, Gary Mackenzie wasn't there then, but this man, him used to come and him did, eventually he had migrated. So we did not, cause that was a part of it as cadet. We're supposed to, go school and get with subject them and, prepare us for the future, but it never happened because, the hierarchy of the force then. So, my fellow Jamaicans, today I speak directly to you, not as a politician, not as a foreign-born pretender, but as a patriot who has walked the streets you walk and felt the struggle you feel. I want to thank the young police officers, or let me say young police officer, who have called, written, send text messages, and we tell them, don't use WhatsApp and send a text message because it can be, them can't retrieve it, you understand? And share their testimony about their lives in the Jamaica Constabulary Force in 2025. Many of them have less than 4 years of service, and yet they speak with pride. Pride in being able to buy a car. Pride in able to provide for their families. Pride in feeling respected in their own land. These stories are not small. They are powerful. They are testimonies of progress. The generational contrast. So let us reflect on the words of the old tired officers, those who have served under the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization decades ago, still serving. Enough of them corporal, sergeant and them cuss every day. They looked at the young police officers in amazement and said, "Oh no lucky, because when me a young police, me couldn't buy a car. Look at you now driving to work with dignity and a go on and a hype. We couldn't do that. A bus we enough to take." That statement is more than nostalgia. It is a testimony of neglect. It's a confession that when the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization ruled this land, police officers suffered. You know what I mean by wage freeze. At 8 years, the police them go through PMP, 8 years. Wage freeze, them don't know if to grow the economy. These police officers, they work long hours, risk their lives, and yet could not afford the basic dignity of owning a car, a motor car. They wore the uniform, but they were treated as expendable. They bore the badge, but they were denied the benefits. Young officers today see this contrast clearly. They know that their ability to purchase, to progress, to provide for their families did not fall from the sky. It came because of leadership that recognized their value. It came because the JLP government invested in the men and women of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The symbol of a car. The car is not just a vehicle, it's a symbol. It's a symbol of respect for the worker. It is a symbol of upward mobility. It is a symbol that young constable can walk with pride, knowing his salary allows him to stand shoulder to shoulder with other professionals in this country. Jamaica. When the young police officers drive to work in his own vehicle, he's saying, I am a man, I am a woman. What do you mean? I am respected, I am a Jamaican. But when the old police officers confess that under the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, they could not afford such dream of such dignity, they are not praising the young police officer. They are exposing the truth. The PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization never cared about the police force. Never. So that the old police that tell them. April 29th, 2025, the day the mask fell. And so we come to Wednesday, April 29, 2025. Mark gonna be a golden and the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, along with their surrogate, the Jamaican for Justice. Mark that date in your memory. April 29th. For it is the day the mask was ripped away. And that day, the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization revealed itself openly as the enemy of the police force. The enemy of law-abiding citizens and friends of killers. Let me repeat myself. On April 29th, 2025, the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization revealed itself openly as the enemy of the police, the enemy of law-abiding citizens, and the friends of killers. For decades, I know it. But most Jamaicans never know it because them can't think, because most of them back then, even now, some of them, they are PMP. And PMP LGBTQ criminal organization supporters are like people who are in a cult. But I know that because I born and raised in my belly of the beast. For decades, I know that. So we saw it in their alliances with Dons. Their silences when gunmen murder officers. We saw many time them kill the police in up to now, Mark gonna be a goal in a time for a condole him say, oh, him wish that more police in dead. But yet you have police a bodyguard him. The condemnation of the security force while ignoring the blood on the streets. But on April 29th, 2025, it was no longer whispers. It was truth laid bare. The police and their families understood. The people understood. The mask fell. And the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization stood naked as traitors to the Jamaican state. The choice made clear. From the moment, the choice was no longer complicated. It was simple. It was clear on one side. The Jamaica Labour Party has shown by action that the police matter. That the police deserve dignity. That young constables can drive to work in their own cars and feel proud. When a police officer is killed or injured, you see the Jamaica Labour Party government leadership turn up to the family, to those who are wounded, visit them at home. That never done yet. This Prime Minister is the first one. That's second. Edward Seaga had attended the funeral of a friend of mine, Abide Graham, in 1987. Yeah, man. And it was Leroy, it was a great sledge that killed him, that killed the boy, that killed him, them call him Sandakan 2. On the other side, the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization who despises the police, embraces murderers, and would rather see Jamaica bow to dons and criminals than see police officers prosper. Also, and so the decision was sealed, not by speeches, not by promises, but live reality. The enemy of the people. Let's be blunt. The PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization is an enemy of the Jamaican people. The PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization is the party of killers. They have chosen their side. They have stood not with the police, not with the law-abiding, not with the decent mothers who want her child to go to school safely, but with the murderers who shed innocent blood. The young police officers of Jamaica are not fools. They can see where respect comes from, and they can see where betrayal lies. And that is why their loyalty and loyalty of their family now rests firmly with the Jamaica Labour Party. So some people say, oh, you come from a PMP community, a PMP family, and you support the Jamaica Labour Party. I can think, and I support decency, honesty, and truthfulness. These are the best government we have since 1989. The least corrupt, and a government that has shown respect to the police. And I have that, my respect for the Prime Minister turn up. Yeah man, 360 degree, gone right in a film direction. This, my brothers and sisters, is not just about politics. It's about patriotism. It's about survival of Jamaica. When young officers rise up, proud of their uniforms, proud of their service, proud that they can provide for their families, we must rally behind them. Because every strong officer is a guardian of our democracy. Every proud officer is a shield against the tide of criminality that threatens our highland. When we honor them, we honor Jamaica. When we empower them, we empower Jamaica. So tonight I say thanks to the young police officers who share their testimonies. I know I can't play what you have said, and for a reason, I respect you understand what I'm saying from you say half the year, because as a serving member, I am not going to, because you're young police officers, because you have a whole PMP or some vindictive and wicked people. So I would never play your voice or anything like that. And thanks to you calling and sharing. How was you have testimony and you understand? And you realize that you can trust me. You realize that, yeah, Christopher Porter, you can trust him. As a man born and raised in a belly of beast. And a man who was a police officer, he never afraid to put it on criminal. I mean, you are a living proof that Jamaica can rise. That our people can prosper. That service and sacrifice will not always be met with suffering. And to the old officers who confess, we never had this chance, I say to you, your struggle was not in vain, for it has hope in the eyes of the next generation. On April 29th, Jamaica saw the truth. The enemy of the police force is the enemy of the people. The PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization choose murderers. We the patriots have chosen Jamaica. So let us march forward with pride. Let us stand with the young officers and their families. Let us declare with one voice, Jamaica for Jamaicans. No foreign-born leaders. No criminal organization. Jamaica first. Jamaica forever. And we say, no PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization supporter voters can stop this one. I will say, the Jamaica Labour Party all the way. And thanks to even my brother, who would say, boy, I'm a born PMP. He said, oh, I have to vote for Labour right, Chris. Me have to ride with them. I will say, have a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.